Welcome everyone.
Hi everyone.
Today we have a special video about scammers in real life and how to spot them and also how to avoid them. So some of you might know, some of you might not have known. I have been playing this game called Path of Exile and I was recently scammed and also tricked this week. So one of the reasons I want to make this video is not only to talk about what happened, because I already made a video to talk about that, but we want to look at how scammers can potentially scam thousands, tens of thousands, and even hundred thousands of dollars. I had family, friends, and people I know who has lost a lot of life savings because of scammers. And yes, I did lose quite a bit, even though I wasn't planning to sell the item. That item I lost this week in the game was worth about $500 in AUD, which is quite a sizable amount of money, right?
Yeah.
So this is in this video I want to talk about this. I also have a few ways with some nice pictures to share with you guys how scammers can get you, and as long as you understand those things, this should protect you against scammers and to keep you safe in things that you can do. And you'll be surprised, there's a lot of ways scammers can not only scare you, but a lot of ways scammers can get you. So let's dive into this video. Now, one of the first things I want to mention is that not only scammers can scam money, it can also leave the victims and also the person they target very depressed, anxious, and also fearful of others. This is actually what happened to me. I was having trusting issues when my friends messaged me in-game, and this can ruin lives and also families. So I'm sure Uni might know about this as well. And I think we did have a video, if you guys recall. Uni was almost scared in the previous time when someone tried to scare her and also get her to give access to her remote control of her device. And she was actually following the instructions until the scammer actually got impatient of her. Remember this one?
Yeah. So, yeah, if you want to know more detail about that video, you can click onto the link on the top of the screen.
Yes. So yeah, that was a very scary experience. And we did cover another video which I want to talk to you guys about in the second half of this video. So let's firstly have a look at how scammers operate and how they get to you. The first thing is they can get to you, and the most common thing, and one of the reasons I was scammed, is because of greed. You might see this as a very common thing, but most of the time, guys, when you get greedy, when you want something for free, when you want something for less cost, and when you want something that is too good to be true, then sometimes, or most likely, it is a scam. So have you ever heard the messages that says, hey, that you have unclaimed packages in the mail, you have money for free here, or there's a massive promise for a massive return if you invest with this company or with this person. Sometimes they will offer you free stuff. Sometimes they will be like, make money fast scheme, make $200 a day without doing anything. Have you heard of those?
With the delivery packages, I actually got that before because I know that one of my friend is going to send me a parcel. It's not that I'm greedy. I just want to get that parcel from my friend. And then I received this email saying that, oh, you got a parcel that is at
Unclaimed.
is at the post office, that you have to get it, and then
Follow this link.
and then this link, and then this link
actually
that
followed?
looks and then the link looks like the
Post
Australian post office, and then it it got me to like another page that you said you have to like input your credit card's info, and I was got a bit like fishy. I was like, how come it gets my like credit card info? Because of that. And then I double checked with my friend, and turns out my friend hasn't even sent off the parcel yet, so I realized that was a scam.
Could have lost a lot of money and a lot of credentials,
Yeah.
Which is
But it's not that I was
greedy.
greedy.
Yes.
It was because I didn't want to miss that parcel.
Yes, so I'm going to cover on that as well. So one thing is about the greed, and this is the most common thing. A lot of people will just claim things. Sometimes scammers will match it just coincidentally that you're about to get a delivery and this message comes and you follow through, but never trust those message unless you know it's from like the real source. So this is actually something very scary. And just when you were saying this, I actually got goosebumps on my arm. I was like,
Really?
wow, so scary. And the second way the scammers can get you is actually through fear. So fear is a very powerful motivator that makes us to do things without thinking clearly. This actually prevents us from actually asking for help or consulting advice from other people. This creates a sense of urgency, and also scammers will psychologically manipulate you in such a way they will keep you on the phone, keep you on the email, keep you on the call, and this will stop you from seeking help from other people, but get you to seek help from the scammers.
I think this one
Was what happened.
Yeah,
Yes.
this happened to me before.
For that
And I think
incident.
that's the most common case, to be
Yes.
honest.
A lot of people are not aware of this. The first one is greed. Sometimes people are not that greedy, and sometimes we're not greedy, and Uni is not that greedy. But when she's scared, and when something is like scary, and something she thinks, she needs help, and then she thinks she's seeking professional IT team advice or something like that, this can get to people. So be careful, guys. The scammers will try to scare you, thinking that you have lack of internet security, you are already being hacked, you have virus on your computer, or your ID or your IP is revealed to someone else. And when they scare you enough, you start to follow the instructions. And this is how they ask her to give them remote access of her desktop, of her phone, and then getting her credit card details, and a lot of bad things can happen. So fear is the second thing.
Yeah, a lot of people, like a lot of scammers, they pretend to be someone with authority to try to scare you, like police saying that you did something illegal.
That's
and
right.
then you
have to pay.
Seek help from them. And then sometimes they pretend to be like the tax office saying
yes.
that you didn't pay your tax. And then sometimes they pretend to be like
Passport.
passport, or maybe
Immigration.
like the toll, like you didn't pay your toll,
That's
something
right.
like that.
And a lot of people get scammed from tolls. And I think we had a friend who got a message from toll, and he's like, "Oh, I'm paying this $15 toll." Then he ended up losing $500 or a few $1,000s. So the next thing, some of you might not actually aware of this, scammer actually use a lot of emotions against you. So I'm trying to break it down. The next major factor they use against you is actually guilt. So scammer will try to guilt trick you. I've seen a lot of scamming videos and people review how they were scammed. So yes, ironically, after watching all that, I still got scammed. I know. So scammer will try to trick you and pretend that you are the one that did something wrong to them. Sometimes in the videos I was watching, they trick older people saying, "Oh, I accidentally paid you like $1,000. Can you pay me back, please?" And the older people are not sure, so they check the bank account. The scammer will fake the bank account to look like they received $100, $1,000, or even $10,000 from the scammers. And the older people are really nice. They want to pay back the scammers to help them. So what the scammer then to do is, they ask the people to go to the bank, withdraw the cash, and then send it through a parcel or through a mail and deliver it to this address. And sometimes they even tell the people to hide the money in a book or envelope, or maybe within clothing. So normally post officers will not even find out about the money. So scammers will try to make you feel guilty, and then in doing so, the nicer people actually become the target of the scammers. They will go extraordinary length to help the scammers. Have you heard about that?
Not really.
But a lot of people are targeted by scammers this way. Usually scammers will target around midday when older generation people are not working, and when they get those messages, when they get hooked on the scammers, really bad things happens. So be careful, they can try to guilt trip you. The next thing about the scammer is something you mentioned earlier. So this is actually how I was scammed in my game. Someone pretended to be a friend I can trust, and then he worked together with the scammer to convince me to do something I normally wouldn't do because I trusted that friend. But he faked the name of the friend. Sometimes you can get a fake, like you said, fake police officers, fake postmen, fake information, fake emails that ask you to do things, and the scammers can change the name, the emails to look the same. But once you click on the link, something bad will happen. So this is when I was mentioning, when you click on the link to follow through with a parcel, if they follow this, combine this with multiple scamming methods, they could have stolen your phone's information, your bank account information, without you even entering those numbers, which is the scary part. Because you have your banking systems, you have your passport, you have your driver license, everything on your phone's accessible, right? So which can be very scary.
But I'm not sure if this is related, but I heard that people said that with using this is not advertisement, but if you're using Apple phone, it's less likely to get access to all those like personal information from
Maybe.
scammers.
I'm not sure, but if the scammers send you links and ask you to input those information, then there's no way you can stop them if you're giving them information for free, right?
Yeah.
They might not be able to hack your device easily, but they can still get to you. So scammers will pretend to be a trusted person, a person with authority, or maybe a family or friend who just need a little bit of help. Sometimes they might not even start with asking for money. They might get you to look at these funny photos, look at this link, or check out this something funny. And then after chatting with you for a while, they might ask you for some money or something else. They might ask you to click onto this link, check this email, or just read this for me. And then it's pretty scary. I have read a news recently. One of the first home buyers in Australia will try to buy a property. The scammer pretended to be the real estate agent and also the lawyer to email them to ask for the money. And because they were about to pay for the house, the people actually paid the scammer directly into their bank account, which the scammer faked into a popular big four banks like the National Bank of Australia. And then the scammer took the money and ran away with it. Did you know about that?
I think you told me about it, but I didn't really know the details of it.
No, that's pretty much it. The scammers were spamming emails. They were looking into people who actually bought house recently, about to settle the place, and then they pretend they're the agency.
That's a lot of work, to be honest.
But that's a lot of money. That destroys lives. You think it's a lot of work, but for scammers do things for money. And it's very terrible the way they do it, but you need to be aware. So when you're making big transactions, always make sure you check with the right people, call them on the phone, or even go to their office and deliver the check or things yourself to avoid those things. And the next thing we can have is going to be ID theft and also phishing sites. Have you heard of this? Do you know what that is?
No. What's that?
ID theft is quite common. So when people get your information, your date of birth and things, they can use your ID to buy stuff or just, use your ID and sell your information. And this can be combined with data breach, which they can use to try to access to your password and also to your other devices, maybe your social media. And they can sell this on the marketplace, or they can install virus on you or steal your credit card. The phishing site is when they give you a link, and when you click on the link, the site would have stolen your information. It would have stolen information on your computer, on your phone, or anywhere else. So this is why when you get the message to click the puzzle, if there was a phishing site, it would have stolen so much of your information, your data and everything would have been on sale to other scammers or hackers. So it's actually really, really scary.
That's terrible.
Yeah. So this combined with a lot of combination with other scammings get you to click a link, and once you click the link, your information, everything is already on the internet and is publicly given to other people who want to hack your social security, who want to hack your social media, or even your emails can be hacked. Now finally, I guess not finally, one of the big things, you guys might not have heard of this. There's a popular TV series we watched together. It's called the Tinder Swindler. Remember this one?
Yeah.
You want to briefly tell us what happened?
So is it, okay, I actually can't remember exactly, but is it about this guy, he pretend to be very popular, very rich, and then trying to meet girls online? That's
right. So Tinder is one of the popular dating sites. A lot of girls who meet this guy is like swept off the feet. He said he's a very rich investor. He's like a big oil lord prince or something. He's very rich. And to show them that he's very rich, when they meet up, he buys them everything. He spent a lot of money on them. And he spent tens and thousands of dollars, and he even got private jets and take them fly around. So in that sense, this romance scam is something that is massive. Of course, not all the romance scams is this extravagant, but if you guys watch the shows, you kind of know what it means. And how he does it is, he tricks the girls or the ladies into believing that he's rich to the point that they are willing to give him their money because they think he's rich. If I give him $10,000, $20,000 to borrow because he's going to get more $100,000 from me next month, it should be fine because he already spent $20,000 on me. What's wrong with me giving him $10,000 when he already spent $20,000 on me? How he was doing is he scammed the previous girl of her money and uses her money and also her credit card to trick the next girl into believing that he's rich. So he never uses his own money. He always buys things with the previous scammed, tricked girl's money, and then he used that money on the credit card and show the next girl he's rich. So he always have so many girls lining up to keep giving him more money. It is crazy and
Yeah.
it is very scary. Now, not all the romance ones are like this. There's some dating sites, there's random messages, there's sexy girl, sexy guy photos. There's a lot of
Yeah.
ways they can catfish you. And if you fall into those, trust me, those scams can potentially go up to life savings, emotional damage, a lot of bad things. So romance scams is actually very big around the world.
Yeah, it's just like that video that we talk
This
about,
one,
the
right?
pig butcher scam.
That's right. So in
Yeah.
Asian countries, they often talk about this. Basically, the pig butcher have ways of scamming people directly through romance, and they're calling this butchering of a pig. And it is very scary. We'll have this video available for you guys to have a look. The scams are ridiculous and destroy victims because people think they fall in love, but before they know it, they lose their house, their property, everything related because of the romance and also what people promise. Sometimes the scammers will take months or even years to get you to trust them.
And you know, I heard that because they are like a big organization,
Mm-hmm.
and then they have different department. They have different department to so this department they are in charge of like introducing themselves to
Oh.
the girl, and then another department they are like in charge of like
Sweet talk.
sweet talk, and then another department they are in charge of
Daily maintenance, maybe.
yeah, some
Oh,
like
it-
different things.
it's
So
very
it can be
systematic.
like a lot of people talking to you at the same time.
That's right. So you think you're talking to one person, you're actually talking to a whole team of experts that is psychologically trying to manipulate you, which is going to be very concerning. So romance is a big thing. One was trying to date with Uni. We did meet her online site as well. And before meeting her, there was a lot of scammers, trust me. There was more than 5. I filtered out. She was lucky she met me first. Otherwise, she could be scammed right now. So before I finish, one of the future thing is the future of AI can be very scary with scammers. There's already AI scams. People use AIs to generate more scams, more fake phone calls with AIs. AI is writing up fake emails and also automated messages to scam people. So please do be careful in the future. As you step into the future, there will be more scammers because they're here to trick people and make money.
Yeah, I heard one of those AI scam is that now they have this AI technology called fake dip or something.
Deepfake.
A
They
deepfake.
face swap people.
Yeah, yeah.
They can get your girlfriend, your mom, your brother, your sister, anyone to call you. And if you're not sure, you're like, hey, let's do face chat so I can see it's your face. And they show you the real person's face because they can find it on YouTube, they can find it on Facebook, Instagram, and they deep fake the faces of the people you trust.
Yeah, and the voice as well.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? So please do be careful. Now, notice that we list out a lot of things to try to warn you guys, but before we finish, I also want to touch up on this because if you watch this video and also other videos, if you look at the scam organizations, sometimes the people that is scamming you are people who are enslaved and also have no choice. Sometimes they are trapped in the scammers organization. They don't let them go. They actually beat them, they actually torture them unless they scam people. So please do be aware, even though scammers are terrible, sometimes the people who are scamming can also be the victims. And sometimes it's the people higher on top that is controlling them. So there's a lot of terrible things out there in the world. And I do want to share this one to keep you guys informed and also to keep you guys warned and also how to avoid those and at least be safer out there in the world. And if you find this video help you, make sure you subscribe and also stay tuned for future videos which covers more security and also more protection against bad people.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching, guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Well, wait.
Oh,
Aren't
you
you
want to say-
gonna do the last line?
Oh, yes.
The last famous line?
When Uni was very mad about a scammer, she's like, shame on you scammers. So I'm going to do mine. Where am I? So here. Shame on you bad people. I couldn't sleep that night because you stole my item and you tricked me. I was too trusting. I was too rushed. I was too greedy. I should have just called my friend before I gave the item to him. So shame on you.
Shame on you.
That's right. Okay, thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time.
See ya.